Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for kickoffs and kick-ons.
Yes, g'day, and welcome to Kick-Offs and Kick-Ons. Yes, that's right, the KOKO Show. And right at the top here, I am thrilled to announce, people said it would never happen. It bloody has. We have a headline sponsor. Hey. There we go, applause.
What?
Yes, Gits. Yes. Wow. Pick your jaw up. We are proudly sponsored by Polo Ralph Lauren. You can see the gear here. Doesn't it look fantastic? They genuinely believe that we can become Australia's largest sports show.
Wow.
Yeah, they said that.
Yeah, I love that. I love that confidence.
Not just any old sponsor too.
Mate, this is, as we said, blue chip. This is a bloody wonderful company. And Maya has helped out to get them on board. And it is available at all Myers, www.maya.com.au.
A plethora of options.
Plethora?
Yeah.
Do you know what a plethora is?
Many.
Yes, it is. I was just doing the Three Amigos there. Great film. Oh, we've sidetracked. Okay, this is the KOKO Show. What is it? It's basically four mates ripping into each other with a bit of dodgy rugby analysis on the side. And we have a cracking show in store for you today. Talk about blue chip. What about this guest? Quade Cooper is coming on board. Yeah, he's
big, expensive.
Yeah, he is. Well, we've got cash now. We can afford Quade. He's held off for many weeks, but now we can afford him. Hey, secondly, we're going to take a deep, sensual look at the world of superb rugby. It was the ultimate pen round, and what a round it was. 6 games, the best games of tackle and pass that I have ever seen, and we will get into it very, very deep. Thirdly, Wallaroos, they were back in action. We'll have a little look at that. They're up against the Black Ferns. Finally, Europe. It is all about Europe, this show. Goodness me. The Peninsula of Peninsulas, as it's affectionately called. We will have one hell of a Northern Hemisphere Legends dive today. The European Champions Cup, that took place. We're all watching. We've got a couple of former winners on the show. Also, the European Challenge Cup, which Drew speaks very highly of. He thinks it's very important, and it probably should be at the top of the show. And also, we're going to be doing one hell of a health check with one of our own, young Adam Ashley Cooper, who has returned from the Peninsula of Peninsulas. He has finished his Amalfi Swingers Club, and he's got a lot to report. So, in light of that, let me introduce the boys. For those of you that watch this show, you know that we like to come up with a little bit of a theme, the little production team. We write little jokes that we think are funny based on something. Last week it was menus. This week it is European cities.
Ooh, okay.
We're introducing you each.
I'm excited to see which city I'm
as a European
akin to.
City. Yes, thank you, Drew. Firstly, it's our Prague, residing in the Czech Republic. On the surface, it is a beautiful city to look at. Very great to look at, with a very rich history. But scratch just below and you can find trouble very easily. Walk down the wrong alleyway and you end up chained up in someone's basement. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Ashley.
I knew it was Swoop.
I was hoping that was Drew. That was spot on for Drew. That was spot on for Drew.
I was just going through point by point thinking, who is it? I couldn't rule any of us out.
Okay, next it's our little Dublin. Yes, that's right. It's set in beautiful Ireland, a place that truly believes it is a religious, pious city. But let's face it, you head out in the morning to go to a church, but you end up in a temple bar. A place where you're never sure if you're going to have a massive laugh or you're going to end up in a horrible fight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Drew Mitchell.
Drew. Top of the morning to you. Thank you.
Finally, it's our Zurich, the biggest city in Switzerland. It's a place based on precision timing and the constant striving for perfection. But let's also face it, it's filled with lots and lots of banks. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Gitto.
Zurich.
Zurich. Good and stone. What are they saying?
I think that's German.
Gutenstein?
Guten Morgen.
Whatever.
Guten Morgen. Hey, let's go. How is everyone? Swoop, I think we need to start with you.
Oh, of course we're starting with me. Prof.
Bro, can I just say, are you okay? Because you look a little bit chubby and a little bit furry. And I know you look beautiful in your Polo Ralph Lauren top, but I don't know if horizontal hoops are your thing at the moment, bro.
Did they have any vertical stripes, Ollie? You chose that one.
I chose this one, did I? Yeah, right. Okay. Felt like it was laid out for me as soon as I got here. I'm great. Thanks, Prof, for asking. Fresh off the plane, got in midnight last night. Feet back under the desk this morning, hit a couple of 10s. And now I'm here with you punishers. This is fantastic.
I got to say, in terms of...
Swoop,
yeah,
can I just... Sorry, Prof.
You go.
Cut you off. A lot of the American boys over here that are now starting to become aware of kick-off and kick-ons, they love the whole babysitting story. So they want to know, did you babysit? Like, did the kids go with you to the Positano?
No, definitely not. No, it was a babysitting free holiday. We left them with the grandparents
to
babysit.
Okay, great.
Have you babysat since coming home?
This morning, before they went to preschool.
Okay.
Yeah. Just an hour.
Well, just a little bit more on your trip. How was it? Did you get a bit of sun? Did you eat much? Or talk us through it.
It was it was a great week away. Positano. I mean, what can go wrong there? 25 each day, sunny. We ate very well, 3 courses a day. You can't not. It's
no, mate.
the Italian cuisine.
I know.
What
was your favourite? What was your...
The vongole.
Oh. With pippies?
With little clammies.
Little
Little clammies.
How's salami fingers?
He misses me,
Is he doing all
Salvatore.
right?
Salvatore apparently made the local news.
He made the local news. He's famous. Yeah.
After appearing on our show.
Yeah. Yeah. The mitts.
What? So the
mitts
local
all through those
newspaper,
papers.
Positano.
Yeah.
The Positano press, they're hot.
Yeah.
Salvatore's fat fingers.
Fat fingers.
I wonder if he's getting some work out of that.
Yeah,
Well, I
available
certainly
for all
did.
left sides of the bed.
Hey, Swoop, I've got one question to ask you.
Yeah, go on. Go
A
on, then.
picture has surfaced that
here we go.
one of the swingers sent us. Has Gits got this, guys? Have we sent this to Gits?
Oh, wow.
Swoop, what's happening here? What day is this?
Mate, there's a bit to unpack.
You've got the budgies on quite high. Talk us through it. What day is this? What are you doing?
What day are we today? Monday. I think that was Thursday. Last Thursday or Wednesday.
Okay. And you're going for a swim?
At Dodolfio. Is it
right.
Dodolfio?
Yeah, the restaurant. And then let's just skip forward. We'll just zoom in a touch. Just correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Packing some serious Positano heat.
But
What's going on there?
because there's
It's like you've left Salvatore's hand in there.
what's in there? Salt and pepper shaker. What do you got?
Yeah. Oh, well, I went for a little swim and basically put in a couple of pebbles from and did the walk back to the restaurant. And,
Love it.
a little round of applause from everyone sitting down having their vongole. But, yeah, look. But
You've got some...
let's have a look at
You
the
got a
print
bit
too.
You got a bit of grass there, son.
Yeah. I know. It's like I've been in Japan. Let's just take note of the print.
Yeah, that's great.
Little photo shoot we
great
did in
print.
Bali back in the day.
Yeah.
And they're the budgies. They've sent them to you.
Katut and
Budgies
Rondo.
Rondo. Very good. All right. Hey,
You knew you were going over to Positano. You should have whipped up the Rubik's Cubes.
That's true. You're right. I was on a swingers holiday.
Lack of prep.
Lack of prep, yeah. Also a lack of swinging too, which is a bit disappointing.
Not through lack of trying, I reckon. Sweet was pushing everyone in the back.
Yeah. Anyway, let's ask how Drew how.
Oh,
how's he
yeah.
going, Drew?
Anyway, let's move on. Sorry, Biv, mate, you're doing private jets. We got one
Yeah.
bloke in Positano, another bloke doing private jets to
Yeah,
Brisbane.
got the PJ up to Brisbane. A friend of mine invited us up on his private jet to go up to Brisbane to watch Kirtley play with the Western Force against the Queensland Reds. And I know everyone's like, oh, private jets, what they do to the environment. Don't worry, we offset it by drinking out of keep cups. So, the environment's fine for generations to come. That was offset. But no, it was great. Like, we got on there at 9:30 and you can't not have drinks. You know who was that? Who was our pilot?
Who? Not John Travolta.
No, Grant Kenny. The great
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
What?
He was our...
Has he got a license?
Yeah, he's got a license. He's in aviation.
We're talking
he's been
Lisa
in aviation.
Curry Kenny, Grant Kenny.
Her ex from
Yeah.
many moons ago. So I got worried at one point when Grant came down to give us another round of beers mid-flight. I'm sure there was probably someone next to him. I'm not sure.
Probably Trevor Hendy.
Maybe, yeah. But so we went up there, had lunch, beautiful restaurant, went to a couple of pubs, Caxton Street obviously, got onto the Mother's Milk, the rum and coke, Bundy rum and coke up there, and then went to the game. Unfortunately, it wasn't the greatest spectacle when we got going up there to watch the Western Force play. They got flogged by by the Reds. Weirdly, though, it was just such a long day, weirdly. We'd all had enough, myself and a couple of mates, we'd had enough, and we're all wrapped up in bed by midnight. Yeah, it was a great experience, but unfortunately for us, our friend was staying up in Queensland, so we had to get on a Virgin flight on the way home, and that was disgusting.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah, commercial with all those other little peasants.
Oh, gross. See, I'm learning pretty quick. Gross. And then let's go to you, Gits. You are fresh off a win for the mighty San Diego Legion. Congratulazioni.
Yep. So we held on to the Kelly Cup. Swoop, you know about the Kelly Cup.
I know about the Kelly Cup.
So it's basically a trophy that Adam Gilchrist, the owner of LA, had made up the week of the time we're playing San Diego. So to win a trophy, even though there was no trophy to win there. Anyway, so we won the Kelly Cup today. Lucky to get away with the win, and lost my voice.
Yeah. What's going on there? That's usually my thing. Bitch, don't steal my vibe.
I know. We just finished the game. Don't know, maybe a lot of screaming.
At who?
The opposition. There was a lot of chat. A lot of Aussies in the opposition.
Well, talk to us about some of that chat. Didn't some Irish bloke say something?
Yeah, so we're at the... there was like a line out. And one of our players, they couldn't identify the number, pushed another player when he went out in the back of the neck. And because they couldn't identify the number, they said it was still foul play. So they're going to get a penalty, but can't send him off. Comes across this Aussie guy, prop, and he starts screaming, yelling at him, accusing a couple of our players. I politely tell him that it's none of his business. And the Irish prop at the back of the line had said, "Settle down, Gets, it doesn't matter." He said, "By the way, I love your podcast." Anyway, at this point, I had the shits because I'm in the game and this prop's mouthing off. So I said, "Fuck off, mate, and just worry about the game."
Great.
So he's unsubscribed.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, but then spoke to him after the game. He loves the show.
Yeah, nice.
Who would have loved copping a spray from Gits?
Yeah.
That's a story to tell. Hey, we'll get into that maybe a little bit deeper in the NHLs, or I'll leave it up to you, Gits, whether you think that's an in-depth
I
enough.
think it's done. We won. That was good.
Grab me the pen. Oh, we'll cross that one off. Fantastic. Hey, look, I said it at the top of the show. We have a brand new sponsor, Polo Ralph Lauren. And we are super pumped, super excited. And what comes with a new headline sponsor? A new bloody segment.
It does. I think there's an opportunity for a bit of education first.
Yes.
I think a lot of people have been saying Polo Ralph Lauren.
Yes.
But for the people in the know,
Yes.
it's actually Polo Ralph Lauren.
Absolutely.
We've been saying it wrong the whole time.
We have. And with a new sponsor comes a new segment. Roll the sting, Marcus. You know the name of the new segment. It is Match Fit, gents. It's just us talking through our brand new outfits. We are this week, we're wearing the iconic rugby shirts that Polo Ralph Lauren have made their own over the years. You described the horizontal hoops,
yeah.
Which is absolutely fantastic. Let me start with you.
Yeah, I've gone
What
for
have
this
you
little
chosen
number.
here
Look
for your
at
little
this.
outfit?
I'm just going to give you a little.
That's great.
I've also got the chino, the pant,
Oh yeah, is that?
and the belt. Belt fits.
That is absolutely great news. They describe it as preppy yet sporty sensibility. Do you feel that now?
Yeah.
Keep dancing. It's a classic vibe. You feeling a classic vibe?
Yeah, just
Preppy, yeah.
that's good.
Sporting
Yeah.
sensibility.
Okay.
Layering. You can do layering this type
Of course you can.
Oh, you want me to get
Yeah,
it?
Swoop, let's have a
Let
look
me
at
get
you.
Get up, barge ass.
Swoop, it's winter.
For the 7XL. I've gone for the 7XL.
It's
Fresh
wonderful.
off.
Could have gone for the 8.
Stop schmitting on me, mate. Also got the Polo Chino.
What about the
Polo
belt?
Ralph Lauren Chino, navy blue.
And the belt they sent you, just show us that.
Didn't fit.
Jeez, it's a good tour. Yes, striped and solid designs. I've noticed that you've also got the white point collar.
Yep.
Yeah.
And talk to me about your concealed placket.
Oh, this is this part.
It's the concealed
Concealed
placket
it,
here.
yeah.
Can't tell you how often I've seen a placket and I've gone, bloody hide it, put it away.
Conceal
What
it.
is the what are these? The
These are rubber buttons.
rubber buttons.
Yeah. In all honesty, feels bloody wonderful. I'm going to be honest with you, the best shirt I've ever worn, but we all know my upbringing. Hey, let's talk to you, Gits. What have you got on? What number over there?
I've just finished the game, want to look cool but still be comfy. So I've gone with the hoodie.
You've nailed it.
Ralph Lauren hoodie. Lovely little rose colour with the green polo horse.
Yep.
Mate, you look great. And talk to me about it. Is it a durable cotton? Have you tested it?
Very.
For those of you listening, gets just tugged at the sleeve, and goodness me, so durable. Anyway, guys, the exciting part is that each week we'll pick a different outfit, courtesy of Polo.
I've actually got
Ralph
some
Lauren.
specials.
Well, we went.
Suit's got one in particular I'm really looking forward to wearing. We won't put too much out. It's just a bit of a tease. But we got some good fits.
Some really good outfits. I'm very excited about that. Hey, gents, that was Match Fit. There you go. Good sting.
What a
as
segment.
well.
Yeah.
Very good segment. Very good sting. Hey, gents, I reckon let's start with the socials. So, Gitz, you want to run through it real quick? Socials.
Yep. You can follow us on all platforms, Twitter, X,
Yep.
Instagram, everything except YouTube. It's kickoffs and kick-ons.
Very good. Now, the reason why I've asked you to do it, Gitz, is guess what, mate? You are the subject of today's social snitches.
Yes. Is this his debut snitch?
No, he had that
No,
one where
what
he,
about that
told
guy
someone
I
to piss off.
sprayed? Yeah.
Yeah. Gets us had a few. This is actually quite a wholesome one. It's sent to us by Giugnik. I don't know. Okay, he says, doesn't exactly fit the social snitches category, but a great snap of gits nonetheless. This is hung up in the East Rugby Gym down in Canberra. It served as both inspiration during a tough workout as well as a reminder that frosted tips aren't for everyone. Not sure if Gits even knows we still exist, but would love to hear a story or two about the grassroots club from which he was plucked for rugby superstardom. Would be great to hear the same from Drew and Swoop. Which club footy were they being at? Because that is the heart of sport, basically where you begun. So we've got the photo now. Let's have a look at Gits. Oh, goodness me. Gits, can you see this? Open that up.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Is that real?
Well, how old are you there, Gits?
You wouldn't believe it. I think I'm 18.
Yeah, right. Late bloomer.
You look a little unsure.
What do you mean?
Just the
In
look
the
on your
photo?
face, you're just a bit like, I don't know if you're that confident.
Well, no, but see those ones, that's a Colts photo. So Colts is first out of school, and so I imagine, I don't remember it, but I imagine that this was taken while your mates are standing around.
Yeah.
So you didn't want to you kind of want to do a cool smile. So I think I nailed it.
So do you sing Backstreet Boys or?
Oh, true.
Here's a question.
We're mates.
Gits says, sponsored by CGS Electrical. Are they still paying you?
I still use them to this day.
Yeah. There you go. Well, very good. So, and did you enjoy playing at that club, Gits? Was it a good club to
I
play
did.
for?
No, East was a great club. So my dad was almost like my agent when I came out. Agent, but not really. But he just put himself in that position even though no one wanted me. He just said, I want him to work. So whichever club will pick him, I just need him to have a job. And Queanbeyan, where I'm from, didn't have that for me. So East made me a bartender. So I used to pour beers for them. But yeah, it was a good club. We won the Colts competition that year. Off the back of that season, I got picked for Australian Sevens. And Eddie Jones was coach of Australian Seven, the Wallabies at the time. So he used to visit every little, could be the 21s, the 19s. He got around to all the programs, came to our 7 session. They were picked from this team and liked the way I trained. At the end of that year, I was picked to play for the Wallabies. So,
Holy shit,
Before
that is
he
a
played
quick
Brums, yeah.
turnaround.
yeah.
Goodness me. Swoop, your junior club?
Rimba Razorbacks. Black and
Oh,
white.
geez, they go hard. We had a good little
Yeah,
session
we had a
with them
good lunch
last
up
year.
there. All
didn't we?
3 of us, actually.
Yeah, right.
Jeez. Wow.
Good
It
memories.
really turned, didn't it?
It really turned.
Great memories.
It turned
I
for your old boy.
Yeah, it did. Always.
Bit of concern for him on the way home.
Yeah, I know.
And when you played for him?
Yeah, great. Yeah, fantastic. Awesome.
I was Pine
Okay.
Rivers Pumas as a junior.
Sorry, who?
Pine Rivers Pumas. Great club in the local area, and played there simultaneously as I was playing school rugby as well. And then once I finished school, went to UQ up in the Queensland Hospitals Cup. Played Colts.
Red Heavies.
Red Heavies, yeah. The Harpoon Harriers, the bar there. Jeez, got a good run.
I love it.
Mm.
We should, these local clubs, if you want to send in a jersey or a hat or something, well, why don't we hang them up in the...
What about you, Prof?
Which sport,
anything?
mate?
Rugby union, of course.
That's what I mean.
Union. The one game I played for was for St Augustine's when I was in the second row. And that was who I played league for, St Augustine's. Down, the school across the road from Brookvale Oval?
Yeah.
Quite a good rugby union school now. They give it a review.
So you played one game of rugby?
Oh, it was like a half.
Yeah, right. Did you get lifted in a line out of it?
No, God, no. No.
Heights.
No, I remember like first ruck, someone cleared me out, and then I turned to the ref and said, "Oh, you can't do that." And he went, "This is rugby, cockhead." And then I went back to league. So I was like, "Well, fucking tackling me without the ball, you weirdo." All right, hey, let's get into the rugby roundup segment. Lots of superb rugby
there
played
was.
on the weekend. Goodness me, Swoop. I'm assuming that on the plane you said to the pilot, "Tune me into the Hurricanes as they defeat the Chiefs 20-17." Cracker of a game, 17 all with 2 minutes to go. Penalty in the 79th minute meant that the Hurricanes got it done over the Chiefs, but you'd have to say pretty evenly matched, gents.
Yeah, it was a good game of footy. Both teams just looking to attack, taking opportunities when they present themselves, when they create them as well. Just two teams that are on top of their game, and I think we'll see them deep into the competition. Both of them, the Blues, Brumbies are looking good as well. Like the top four looking pretty solid. Going to be tough to beat.
Xavier Numia, I hope I'm saying his name right. He's the prop, the try that he scored where he broke through a little shimmy, a bit of a step, the footwork on a big man. Did you catch this one, Swoop?
I did, the highlights. Very, I guess it gave us a bit of a preview on what finals footy is going to look like.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a very good contest. And like Drew said, tight to the end. After that performance, the Chiefs are a very, very good team, but the Canes to come away with a win, it's hard to see them not losing the final.
Oh, you reckon they're going to go all the way?
Oh, yeah. They've just got all threats across the park, and, they're playing with such
Are they going to
quality and
finish the
class and
season with Artie Savea?
Jeez,
I know
if
he's back after
they're-
Japan.
If they're boosted by Artie, geez, that makes them even more dangerous. But, at the moment, they're not really needing Artie.
Yeah.
But, certainly you'd welcome him back to your squad, but
Amazing spot to play when it's full there at Waikato. That crowd was chock a
And
block.
all the
Yes.
cowbells.
Is it Morby?
Yeah. Cracking game. Yes, and the Canes continue to roll on. Jeez, I tell you, I'm going to say it could be any of 5 sides to win it. I've added the Reds in there. Hey, Gits, let's go Brumbies 53, defeated the Rebels 17. Your Brums, they're looking pretty fit at the moment, mate.
Yeah, they are. They're and they look confident too. I think even the way they finished the game, when the game was well and truly won, they still had that desire to keep going. So yeah, it's Tom Wright. I reckon he's got. I like Drew Mitchell's hips. He's got like Drew Mitchell-esque hips in contact. Really strong, great footwork. I don't know. I'm really enjoying watching Tom Wright and Noah Lolosio. The way they're playing with so much freedom, and it looks like they're really enjoying their rugby.
Let me ask you this, and we chatted about this previously. Drew, it's obviously the halfway Wallabies. We're not at the halfway anymore.
No.
Would you like to replace the 15? Tom Wright, then you got that combination, that Brumbies combination. Swoop, I know you always talk about it.
I think it's hard to deny the form that Tom Wright's in at the moment.
All right. Is everybody happy with that, mate, putting Tom Wright in the 15 in our Wallabies? Okay, that was a resounding...
Yeah, you guys can talk,
No, absolutely.
Yeah?
He's like, you
Mate,
said
I
last
can't.
week, he's looking very comfortable.
I don't know how you've done this, Drew, for so long.
Has progressed to confident.
Screaming with your throat.
2 tries on the weekend. They're looking very good. I know they're a hard team to beat at home at GIO, but they're playing with such momentum, and they're not doing anything out of the ordinary. They're just playing with physicality. They're
clinical.
They're clinical. They're getting the basics done really well. And years gone past, you look at the Brumbies team and you talk about their set piece, but now you're talking about the defence, their attack, the way they're countering, the way spreading the ball to space. It's coming off the back of a few different players coming into some genuine form, like the midfield partnership in Tua and Ikitau. Like Noah's in form.
They've got some good link players in their back row as well that link the sort of the forward play to the back play. They don't look out of their depth in those wider channels. They're looking the goods, the Brums.
Powerful.
And they're a chance to finish top 2.
Yes.
Can they?
Yeah.
So
Mathematically, Tom?
Mathematically, I don't think they can, because the Canes are at 2 and the Canes are 5 points above the Brahms. Hey? 3 points.
3 points. So they can,
But I see the Hurricanes beating the Highlanders next week.
Yeah.
The Brumbies are playing...
The Brumbies are playing the Force.
Over there in Perth.
So I think points difference is going to be too much. It's only if the Hurricanes or the Blues... Well, the Blues could lose to the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They can. I didn't say they will. I just said they can.
Okay.
Do you have insight into how the format works, the finals, the top 8?
Yeah, it's 1 and 8, 2 and 7.
So there are 4...
I mean, I have just as much insight as anyone else.
There are 4 quarters straight up.
Worked, didn't it?
Yeah,
So the Brumbies will get a home quarter.
They will, but you want them to have a home semi, right?
Unless one of the top 2 teams lose to...
Okay, hey, and you're very pro Brumby. It's good to see this
Love
week.
the
You've
Brums.
Do you singing a very different tune.
Yep.
Well, do you like that, Gits, that he's now pro Brumbies?
Just know your roots, mate.
Not really, because his tars are gone. So now he's jumped on to something else.
I think mathematically there's still a chance.
Tars are still in
now.
it. I think they are. Let's go Moana, 27. They defeated the Waratahs, 12. Look, it just gets more and more difficult for the Tars. We're thinking wooden spoon for them, guys. Oof.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Confirmed wooden spoon, Ollie tells us.
Yeah, look, I mean, Moana played pretty well. They've scored some good tries. Kobe Kepu, who's announced his retirement from rugby at the end of this season, he's got one more game, but it was nice for him to play his last home game. I believe it was a home game against the Waratahs and score a try at the end there. So, he's been a great servant of rugby in a general sense. But, we saw some footage on the socials from him receiving a signed jersey from the Waratahs, and he said, he still bleeds blue, like it's a big part of, his life, but also his career. And obviously also for Australia before moving on to Moana and Tonga. But, he's been a great servant to the game, but he's just also one of the great blokes, Kebs. Moana
still have a slim chance of making the finals. Yeah, so if they can defeat...
There's plenty of permutations around who can get in and who can't, but it's exciting for this weekend.
Just off the back of Sikopi, I saw Christian Lili Lafano also get honoured. He ran out with his son as well, so I don't know what that means for Brazzy as well, but he's been a great... I mean, he's not someone that maybe would make an announcement, but he's been an amazing teammate, friend, player for such a long part of this game, so hopefully he gets, the send-off he deserves as well.
Hey, let's move on to the Crusaders. They were 29. They defeated the Blues.
Yeah.
27. These Crusaders, they won't go
away.
They
don't give up. It's in their blood.
Now, Drew, I think you had them in your 8.
I did have them in the 8, and there's a big chance that they could sneak in. They've got the Moana this weekend, and Crusaders are in form. Moana played well on the weekend, but they're a chance. And Fiji are playing the Rebels in Fiji, so they're also a chance. If Fiji win, they basically go into the 8. If they don't, and Crusaders win, then they go into the 8. And if both of them lose, there's something else, and someone else goes in. But anyway, whatever it is, Crusaders are a genuine chance. They're playing good footy, and they could win 4 games and get in the 8. And in the form that they're playing in now, and the history that they've got, I don't know, you can't rule them out.
And do it over the top of the comp team Blues.
Yeah.
There's a point there at 60 minutes where the Blues were 22 and Crusaders were 12. And you're thinking, 20 minutes ago, this is probably where the Blues will run home with it, knowing the quality in that team and the strikes that they've got in that back line. But Crusaders just kind of, I don't know, just mentally turned a switch, flicked a switch.
I wanted to ask, you've been in teams that have been struggling and then all of a sudden can turn a switch. Is a catalyst often your coach calling a journalist a Can that sometimes turn a season for a team?
Yeah, that was an interesting hot mic, wasn't it, Rob Penny?
Yeah.
That to me,
Was that off mic?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was like the interview had finished, but the recording was still
How
going.
does that then get to air?
Yeah, someo's obviously.
Yeah, who gets that out?
probably
That's
the
someone looking
journalist
for
who-
clicks. Yeah.
who received the spray. It just looks like someone who's under pressure, and he's and he didn't like the continued line of questioning from this particular journalist, and then after he thought that it had finished, he thought,
And you've got
come
every
over
right
here and
not
have
to
a chat.
like it, you know?
Yeah. But it just looks like it was a guy under pressure. He's a Crusaders coach. He's not been performing well, and he just got a bit off his chest.
Oh, mate, find me someone in that circumstance that doesn't call someone that.
Yeah.
But you never think you're being recorded,
Yeah.
right? So
Hot mics, mate, they're a thing.
I've heard that, Drew. I've heard that. What was the one that you got stung with? You've had a couple, haven't you?
Just
Something
one
to
for
do
about
with
6 minutes.
Wanting to
About
put
a horse.
horse down,
Yeah, right.
send him to the abattoir.
Oh, well, lots of fun there. Hey, Reds, 59 defeated the Force 13. I have a sneaking suspicion there might be another change to our halfway Wallabies. You, Swoop, have been all Reds all season. I mean, a showing like that, they are, geez, they're looking good.
They are. And I'll tell you who's looking even better.
Mm.
The Junkyard Dio single.
The junkyard dog.
Do you want to put the junkyard dog in? I mean,
I
obviously.
just think, mate, look,
It's tough on young Gordon Mitchell.
Currently, it's Drew's dad, who is
Alright.
the winger. I think we do.
I'd hate to do it to Mitchie, but let's just put a line through.
Yeah.
So Tim Ryan became. What was the stat you had before we came on air?
So in the Super Rugby history, there's been 4 hat tricks from Queensland Red players, and Tim Ryan is the first to score 2. Now I got that off someone on Twitter. It's not my stat, and I hate to take someone without giving them credit. I just don't have it in front of me right now, so apologies.
Obviously, the Force, they came into that game with a bit of form. I mean, Gitz and Drew, you've done it. You've had to fly across to Queensland and play for the Force. Is it a difficult road trip for them, doing that sort of 3.5 hour, 4 hour flight?
Not really compared to, I mean, you go there on your day off, you get a speed execution day in, your captain's run, then you play. So it's not any more difficult than going to Canberra or playing the Tars as well. So I just think they were outplayed. Physically looked like they were outmatched. I mean, Drew was actually at the game, so he may have a more accurate
Yeah,
view.
Swoop.
Yeah, I think they were physically outmatched. Not the Force team that we'd seen in previous weeks. They just didn't look like they had the intensity going into the game that they did, particularly against the Crusaders, which was one of the great wins that we witnessed from the Force a couple of weeks ago. But in saying that, I think you just got to give credit to the Reds. I mean, their attack, the way they carried the ball, a little like the Brumbies, they're doing the simple things very well, getting over the advantage line on the majority of their carries, and then just allowing the backs to express themselves. I guess what they're doing is getting the ball to space. When the opportunity's on, the ability to get the ball to space and get it in the hands of guys who are creating, opportunities, who are making line breaks, who are, just taking advantage of being able to play on top of soft defence, is being really good to watch.
Yeah, sorry, I've
You got it?
spent a few minutes trying to find it on X. I couldn't find it, so apologies to whoever it is I've stolen that stat from. But I just thought it was
Is
an
it a
interesting
journalist?
stat. No, it was just someone on Twitter who's in the rugby world on X. But look, what I'm liking about his game is he's not just out in the wing and just waiting for opportunities to come to him. He's going looking for it. I thought that try was really class from Tate McDermott. That little kick from the ruck from midfield, just saw an opportunity right from the base of the ruck, put it across. He's really good in the air, Tim Ryan. I don't know if he's been outleapt in the air all year. He's really strong in that department. But I just like, as a young fella coming in to a new environment, a new level, it doesn't seem to be perturbed by going and looking for it, going off his wing, looking for work and getting busy. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from the junkyard.
Yeah.
Now, the Force still have a chance if the Drua lose this week and they beat the Brumbies in Perth, which is a tough road trip, then they can still slide into that 8th spot.
The Force, yeah.
Yeah, they can. The Force still have a chance. There you go. Now, on Sunday, we had the Highlanders 39. They defeated the Drua 3. Yeah, it was good to watch. The Highlanders were impressive. Unfortunately for the Drua, looking more and more like they're very, very good at home, but not so much on the road.
Yeah, I mean, Firstly, how good was that Highlanders jersey? That was tidy. Yeah, look, Fiji wasn't a great outing for them yesterday. Will they be able to turn it around? It's going to have to be a big swing next week. I know they're a different proposition at home, but to go in there with that type of performance a week out, I know they've still got plenty to play for. It's going to be a big task for Mick Byrne and his coaching staff to get them up emotionally and get them on point. But that was a pretty disappointing display from Drua.
You reckon the travel's starting to wear them down? Like every second week, you're travelling internationally,
Well, they lost all 7 of their away matches this season.
Well, I mean, it's just something they haven't had to deal with previously because they hadn't been playing all their home games in Fiji. So it's just something for them to have to adapt to. It's not just the flight; it's the travel days, right? Because whilst the Force are flying 5 hours to get to the east coast, you don't have to get there 2 hours before as an international flight. Fiji are having to do that every time. So you start to compile all these little sort of factors in, and it just turns out that your travel day is completely wiped out with travel.
Gotcha. Who gets better frequent flyer miles? Is it better to go international? For your end-of-season trip, are Fiji more likely to not have to pay to go to Bali?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Fiji Airways, I'm sure they.
We'll look into that.
Yeah.
We will look into that. All right, that was the superb rugby for this week.
That felt pretty poor.
Oh, I don't know what that was, but that's okay. It's been 14 weeks of it. We've got one more week to go. Next week, we'll look at our top 8s. I'll get you guys to do your superb rugby 15.
Oh, okay.
Pick through the positions like we've done with the Wallabies.
Australian-based or
I think we do superb. I think we do all 12 teams in any position. So we'll do it again where we give you guys particular positions. That'll get people talking. We'll have a good look at those finals as well. We've come to the finals quick. And some really good prospects for those Aussie teams. It's time now for a segment that we do enjoy here. It is time now for
Super Sizzler, thanks to BEEFEATER.
Yes, the Super Sizzler segment, gentlemen. Lots to choose from this week of superb rugby. Lots of great performances. Gitz, would you like to go first?
I will. Another mention for Darcy Breen. Exceptional for us. And not just in his game. I think.
Who is this bloke?
Throughout the whole week. Don't worry, he's going to come on. This is what I'm building. We're building.
I'm dying to meet him.
So, an imaginary one for Darcy Breen. A real beefeater. I'm going to go Tom Wright. I mentioned him before about the Brumbies. I think he's in great form. And it's not just the showy stuff that he's doing. He's actually, like his basics seem on point. He's strong. And he looks like he's loving his rugby.
Nice.
Has he got one, Gitz?
He was using Noah's, so we would love his own.
Oh, geez, that's good, Rob. We're going to send a beefeater. Another one down to Canberra. We must be starting to get discounts on having to ship stuff down to Canberra. Ollie, it's getting very cheap. Hey, who would like to go next? Hand up, quick.
I'll go. I'm going to go with the Moana boys, Christian Leali'ifano and Sekope Kepu. Great servants of the game. Both played their last home game for Moana on the weekend. Play their final games moving forward to this weekend. And in a retirement, I don't know if Christian is necessarily retired completely, but definitely for Moana. But Keps is. He's hanging up the boots entirely. And one thing you do in retirement, barbecue.
Barbecue. Mate, yeah. You bloody barbecue. Do you know if either of them have...
I don't think they do, actually.
Oh, mate. Well, there we go.
Can we get them over there?
Where are we sending them for those guys?
Just in New Zealand.
It is? Okay, great. We'll send them there. Hey, Swoop, who is your superb sizzler?
My sizzler is going to Uncle Seru Uru of the Queensland Reds.
Yeah, goodness
He's
me.
good.
He's a beast.
Yeah. He's been timely. His return from injury after Harry Wilson broke his arm, he's been a big inclusion for them.
And I think you're seeing that. I think you're seeing a bloke who's putting their hand up and knowing that Harry being a focal point of that squad and that's currently injured at the moment. His carries over the weekend were great.
Yeah.
Got a little meat pie there, but clearly in some form.
Very good. Has he got a beefeater?
Ask me.
Has he got a beefeater?
No, I don't think he does.
Oh, get him a beefeater. Okay, great. Hey, we're going to send two. Same freight, because I'm sending one to Fraser McWright.
Oh, nice.
Because get the permanent ink out, Tom, in that number 7 spot. He doesn't have permanent ink, but goodness me, 2 tries.
Just on the halfway Wallabies.
Yeah, on the whiteboard. Bring it in here, Tom.
Put it in set.
It's just So if you're listening, we're now pushing the Halfway Wallabies whiteboard in. Yes.
Tommy, do you
It's
have your
doing
pen
it,
license? Like, every time you write on there, it's a different font.
Well, I got to write and stay somewhat out of shot. So I don't want to break the porn stars.
I don't know if that's what it comes down to.
No, we have been asked by a lot of people to keep Tom out of shot. Stop writing. Yes. So, and if you're going to ask me, yes, Fraser has one. I think we've given him a few this year.
How many does he have?
How many has Fraser? How many beefeaters has Fraser got this year?
I think 3.
3. Okay, so one. You put one downstairs, one
But
upstairs.
you should ask if he wants a 4th.
Does he want a 4th, Swoop?
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
He wants a 4th.
Yeah.
Get him a 4th. There you go. Congratulations. And it's a big thank you to Beefeater. Our partnership with them has been going a long time. It's been going great. Just a reminder that the sun is still out and that you can still do barbecuing. I did burgers on Sunday again, guys. I barbecued again on my Beefeater.
you?
Yeah. You still doing barbies, Swoop?
Oh, no Barbies in Posi.
No, what were you doing? Charcuterie boards.
Yeah.
Jeez, they're good.
He's doing bloody everything by the look of him.
Salami plate.
All right, hey, fantastic. That was the superb rugby. What's next, you ask? Well, the Wallaroos, they did take on the Black Ferns. It was not a great result for the Wallaroos. They went down 67-19 in an 11-try-to-3 display against the Black Ferns. Let's be honest here, the Black Ferns are an amazing side.
Yeah.
Amazing to watch. And it was a very difficult outing for Joanne Yap and the Wallaroos. Anything to take away from that, though, Drew?
Well, look, it's disappointing for the Wallaroos. They now go down to the WXV 2, which is the second division of the WXV. So previously, last year, they were in the first division. They're going on to play in Vancouver, whereas our ladies are now getting on a plane to go to South Africa and play in the second division of the WXV. Look, I don't know. It's been a disappointing campaign, right? Like 0 from 3, pretty convincing losses as well. There's some good players coming through that Black Ferns team. The number 10 there, I think she's only 20 years old and just looks so comfortable in that playmaking role. There's just a big gap, I suppose, at the moment. That's for Joanne Yap and her coaching staff to work on the Wallaroos game to bridge that gap.
Lots of turnovers at the breakdown, 21 turnovers. Is that something you can turn around? Obviously, the Black Ferns are very, very good at the breakdown, Swoop. How do you change
I think overall
that?
they're very good. I mean, I think the silver lining, or I guess the positive for the girls, is that they'll walk away knowing what the benchmark is. They know now that off the back of the campaign, particularly playing one of the best teams, or arguably the best team in the world, they know what the standard is and what they need to work on going away. So I'm sure they'll recoup and they'll refresh and they'll get together with a better plan and more hunger, and they're not out yet.
Absolutely, I'm sure they have a plan going forward. Now, gents, it is time for our NHLs. It's the Northern Hemisphere Legends. As I said at the top of the show, what a weekend for European rugby. There was the big one that obviously happened up there. Before we get into it, though, we have been asking people to send in shots of them in their KOKO shirts. There was a gent who was at the Champions Cup game, the European Champions Cup game on the weekend. If you are listening, we're about to roll in a photograph of a man at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. There he is there. Do we know the name of him, Tom? Lee
Critchlow.
Lee Critchlow supporting the show.
Good on you, Lee.
Good on
Looking
you, Lee.
dapper.
Critchy.
Absolutely.
There it is.
Good on you, mate.
You got there early too. An
You
early
did.
bird.
First bloke in the stadium by the looks of
Yeah.
things. Congratulations.
It's basically like you wear your KOKO shirt. It's like a VIP pass. You just get in straight away. Get in anywhere.
Do you think he took it off when the people actually arrived? Or
Nah, you're keeping that thing on all night.
Wore it with pride. So just a reminder, the merch plug I'm doing right now. Basically, we will have a website next week. So www.kickoffsandkickons.com. You will be able to get merch. In particular, there's 2 new shirts that are dropping next week in the Wallaby Gold. 2 new Schmitted in shirts. And guess what, Swoop?
What?
They're available for the thickies. Mate.
Are they?
Yeah.
You can wear one, bro.
I can buy one.
You can.
Wear one.
Yeah, so exciting news to all the thickies out there.
What about the advice we've been giving in previous weeks, like to the thickies, like either lose weight or don't get a shirt? And Swoop's like,
Yeah,
I'm going to go out with them. I'm just going to put on
I played
weight.
the reverse card.
Mate, absolutely. I love it. Right, European Champions Cup, that took place. We've got a couple of genuine experts in here who won. Drew, how many did you win?
I won Le Double.
2. And Gitz, how many did you win?
3.
Ah, there you go. 3 bloody
And you got one of those Mickey Mouse Challenge Cup ones as well, Goit.
No, we lost the It was called the Emlyn Cup. We lost the final.
Oh, yeah.
to
You
the
didn't want that in your cabinet anyway.
Gitz, I'm going to give you can give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Do you want us to stop coming to you? Because your voice sounds like it's really struggling here. Would you like me to
I
stop?
think it's deteriorating. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I'm happy to listen.
Just he's going to listen from here. Just put your hand up if you want us to come to you on something. Right, Toulouse, they took on Leinster. Extra time over there. 15-all at the break. All the big names were playing. Your Duponts,
It was
your
a
Ramosses.
great occasion.
Yeah.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium over there in England. Packed out crowd. Leinster, strong in the set piece. Probably had dominance in the set piece, to be fair, at scrum time. And I think also most of the stats of the game really favoured Leinster. But Toulouse just have some class. And look, you look at it, 15-all, no tries in regular play in the 80 minutes. A lot of people probably down here not fond of that type of footy, whereas up in the northern hemisphere they celebrate that. Like it was, even though it was only sort of penalty goals that got them to that point, like there's still some really good play. Leinster came up with a couple of screaming try-saving tackles. One was on Dupont just to keep Toulouse out. And then, the regular time finished, went into extra time, and then all of a sudden it just opened up. There was tries, there was a red card to Richie Arnold. But then, there was celebrations from Toulouse, and geez, didn't they celebrate well?
The vision of them going home that you showed me, Biv, when you arrived, it looks like when the Pope walks out.
Yeah, they just do it
Hundreds of thousands of people.
Doesn't matter what city or what team win, you go back to your town centre, and it's just people absolutely everywhere going crazy. It means a lot to them in their city and their regions and stuff, and they're sort of the core memories. They're the ones that you just take with you, and you just think like, how good is this?
Well, lovely photograph on our WhatsApp, Drew, over the weekend. You popped one up that said, happy 10-year anniversary, and it was to you and Gitz, because 10 years ago, you won it in Cardiff.
Yeah, we were, on that occasion, we beat the Saracens. That was my first, Giddy's second. Look at Johnny's pipes there.
He's got you beat there.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I don't have much pipes, but yeah.
Johnny strikes me as a guy who skips leg day, though, and
Well, all his leg work's just kicking.
yeah.
He's got to save himself for kicking.
So if you're listening, we've got this wonderful photograph. It's our two gents from our show holding the European Champions Cup trophy with Johnny Wilkinson and
Matthew Buster, yeah.
You're in the change room after that. What was that feeling like, having won and then going back to Toulon?
Yeah, look, on this occasion, so we won that, and we had a big night in Cardiff. But we actually had the top 14 final the very next weekend in Paris. So you'd think you'd keep a lid on it. We didn't. We went big for about 3 days, even so much so that when we got to our hotel, our coaching staff asked the hotel staff to take all the alcoholic drinks out of our fridge, and as I take them out of the fridge, our players were then putting them into a crate, and we're going out into the fields of the hotel landscape to continue drinking. I think we had an opposed session against the Welsh national team that week, didn't we, Goy?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. We trained the house down after a few big days on the lash, and then went to Paris and won the double. But then, so after that, we went back to Toulon. We came back in on a boat, and the whole port, every balcony, everything was similar scenes to Toulouse. It's just like it's pretty amazing when you see that type of support.
Oh, well, 10 years. 10 years since you guys won that. And you're still friends with Johnny Wilkinson, that's awesome. Europe, yes.
Sorry, no, the boys are still in their playing kit, and Drew couldn't have gotten his dancing jeans quicker.
I was ready, mate.
I love how ready you are.
Oh, how good's that?
Always.
All right, hey, the other big match that took place was the European Challenge Cup review. Biv, you were saying to me you were far more interested in this one. Sharks 36 defeated Gloucester 22. For those of you that aren't in Europe, can you explain to them, Biv, what the Challenge Cup is?
Well, the Champions Cup is the top 6 from the Premiership and the top 14, the top 14 from France and URC as well. So you get the best of all of those competitions. And then anyone who didn't qualify for that competition go into the Challenge Cup. So in my opinion, Challenge Cup, really, like they won, but they pretty much came 25th or
Okay.
18th, 19th, or
19th.
however many teams are in the Heineken Cup. You're the next one down. Would that be fair, Gits?
No, that's terrible.
Am I wrong?
No, well, you're kind of right, but I think so. When I came into Toulon, say you weren't involved in the previous year, and you're now in this competition, and you've got the opportunity to win a title, it is kind of important, like for the players.
Yeah.
Like for me, I really felt like really disappointed because the club at Toulon said it's been 20 years since we've won anything, so they were going to lose him. They were hanging their hat on that title. Yeah, I'm really battling here. Yeah, so I think when you're in that competition, it still feels important, and you're playing teams at a similar level to you as well. So it still is the same as Heineken Cup, but I also get your point. Like, let's just have one comp, and hopefully you're good enough to make the top 6 in your group, and then you can push for the big one.
Challenge Cup, they sort of say it as if they'd won a European title, but I mean, come on.
Yeah, right. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So the Sharks, this is the first
It was a good game, though.
trophy, yes.
Yeah,
it
it's the
was.
first South African team to win a
Yep.
European trophy.
And Gloucester, they were just happy not to win 90-0. Sorry, to lose 90-0. 36-22 is not bad for them. The Sharks I've got here attacking platforms, made it very difficult for the Cherries to unlock their pacey outside backs, couldn't get the ball out to
They've got
them.
some good players, obviously so many that fresh off winning the World Cup
Yeah.
last year. Umbanambi, Etzebeth, Mapimpi. Like, there's just some good players there playing at the Sharks. And look, I don't think they're doing particularly well in the URC, but they've obviously targeted this one to get the trophy, and they got it done. And also at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I think this was played the day before the Champions Cup. So, I mean, look, congrats to the Sharks. I don't mean to rain on their parade, but you know.
But your will is, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, big congratulations to them and a big hello to all our many, many South African fans that make up the bulk of our viewing audience. That's fantastic. Well, you know what, gents? There is one Northern Hemisphere legend left to do, and it's actually it's the guest that we've lined up for today. Now, if you are watching or listening to this and you think, geez, Gitz's voice improved very quickly, it's because we shot this out of order. We actually did Quade first, and then we shot the start at the end, and then Gitz lost his voice in reverse. He hasn't had some miracle cure.
It's the beauty of pirate TV.
The pearls of production, Prof.
It is. So let's now quickly fast forward to the past. Hey, gents, let's not waste any more time. Let's get on this superstar guest. Wow, you have really knocked it out of the... Who got this one, boys, by the way?
I think it was me.
Was it you, Goitan? Or...
Yeah, guilty.
Swoop, have you been lifting your weight with...
Mate, no one's lifting his weight.
You went there as quickly as you could.
I know.
Mate, I rang you on the way to this podcast and said, mate, I'm a little heavy off the back of Positano. Just take it easy. You said, yeah, mate, I've got your back. Mate, what are we, 30 seconds in?
Quick little quiz. Goit, Quade, just have a quick little guess at Swoop's weight this morning on the scales. Just a quick guess. It's 3 digits.
What do you reckon? Probably 106?
North.
Oh,
North?
what's North mean?
More Gitz.
Fuck. Jesus, 107. Surely not, Swoop.
Yeah, 107.
Yuck.
He's a thickie.
Mate, he said he'd look after you.
Yeah.
Comes running into the studio today. Boys, guess what? He's 107. So
I logged on
Well,
to...
you won't fit our merch.
That's what I was
You're
going to
not gonna fit our
say.
merch.
Logged on to budgetsmuggler.com.au/buy some KOKO merch and punch in a couple of X's and sold out, apparently. So
That's why you got...
I can now validate the frustration of all our thickies out there. No merch for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
We needed a thickie in our group, though.
At least Polo, Ralph Lauren do some bigger sizes for you, Swoop.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go.
Mate, I was trying to get to the intro. You blocking me here. Okay, hey, this one's written by Tom, and we'll be able to tell whether he likes Quade or not straight away. Our guest this week on the KOKO Show is a man that most certainly puts the fly in fly half and puts the God in, oh my God, why didn't Eddie take him? With 80 caps for the green and gold, this bloke was known for his exciting turn of foot and magical sleight of hand, often leaving defensive lines in 6s and 7s. However, with this high risk and high reward style of play, this bloke infamously is known for being involved in more intercepts than a Russian spy. Tommy. So,
Fuck you, Tommy.
please welcome a man that is a self-proclaimed Zen master, known for waxing on and waxing off his body hair regularly. A bloke so smooth even that his silk sheets are envious. So, please put your hands together for one of the OG Brizzy bad boys, a true rugby visionary, and a great of our game. It's the one and only Mr. Quade Cooper.
What an intro.
What do you reckon, Quade? Is he a fan of yours? The stuff he writes for the Kiwis that come on, he's clearly an All Black fan.
Oh, mate, they all are.
Yeah, exactly. He was on his knees for last week.
Oh, he
I
was.
don't know. I felt you could have given Quade a little more.
Tommy's nodding. Hey, Quade, how's Japan going? You loving it up there, mate?
Oh, mate, it's good. We're at the end of the season, so I'm getting ready to go home.
What's on for you now? Obviously in a bit of a break time. Do you get home? Do you get away? Do you go on a little holiday or what?
Yeah, well, I've got a wedding over in France.
Yours?
So, one of the boys from school. So
Oh,
I'll
nice.
get a 3-day event thing, so it'll be pretty fun. So looking forward to that. And then I'll
Have you
just
got your outfit? Talk me through your outfit. I know you're obviously pretty keen on your fashion. What are you going to rock?
No, I haven't even got anything yet. It's pretty casual, so I think I'll just get something over there, mate. It's what am I going to take from over here, mate?
In Japan, like when you finish the club, obviously you have their whatever you've got to do, your
Yeah,
obligations to fulfill. So what have you got to do? Have you got much more to go, or?
No, we did medicals today, so I just came from medicals now. Then we've got like they call it last team party here, where you just do your dinner, farewell the boys that are leaving, a few announcements, and then everybody just disappears from there.
It's such a long process wrapping up in Japan.
Really? You don't just pack your bags and go?
Yeah, it's not a matter of just bon voyage. It's
Or sayonara.
sayonara, yeah, all that. Whatever you want, Drew. But it's seriously, it's team stuff, it's your own stuff. Mad Monday, then it's office walkthroughs and shake everyone's hand, do a few bows.
Because you were saying you're an employee of the company.
That's right.
So do you have to? Is it almost like you have to put in a resignation letter?
No, you just
And
got
then
to clock your ticket.
You clock your ticket and then you. Yeah, right.
Then you're allowed to leave.
So, Quade, how'd you boys go this season?
Oh, mate, not great. Not great at all. So we just ended up getting relegated back to second div. So we got up 2 years ago, going back down. So that's not a great thing from a company standpoint, but it is what it is.
It's not great from a company standpoint, but good for the old body to go down to second grade and play.
Yeah, I was about to say that's magical.
Yeah, publicly you can't say that it's actually a small little win for QC.
Yeah, and I'm sure that employee salary doesn't go down either.
Oh, well, that's one thing.
Have you enjoyed playing with Willie Genia again, Quade?
It's always been good, mate. Like that doesn't really change. It's good having good guys like that, and we've got some really talented players in our team. Like there's so much talent. So second div. Last time we were there, you're winning every game by like 60, 70 points. So there's a big discrepancy between the two divisions, which they're trying to close that gap, but. With the amount of internationals and that are coming through that, and there's a lot of Category A guys now that are, Fijian, Samoan, Tongans that are on this pathway program where they're basically classed as Japanese.
So that's what Category A. Category A means that you're not born there, but you don't take up a foreign spot in the 15. Yeah. Is that what that is?
So they've got this really, I think it's a really smart initiative where they make the most of the island nations that are nearby. So they've got, I think it's like 15 players each year that come through at like a high school level. I think they're around 15. So they come in, so they got 15 players from Samoa, 15 from Tonga, and 15 from Fiji, which they bring them in on this pathways program. They go to high school and then they filter into the university. So by the time they finish their 5 years, so they've done 2 years of high school and 3 years of university, they finish with a degree. They finish being able to speak Japanese and their class as a Japanese local. So then now that's like, with that in place, like you look at the team, that's the one thing that the Japanese side lacks is size. So you look at the Japanese side now, they're starting to get really tall players, really athletic players, and a lot of the boys who come over who are Islanders end up marrying Japanese girls anyway. So like they're kids in that over the next sort of decade, they're going to have size and stuff now.
This is why Eddie went there. Is that he can see the future?
That's foresight.
Mate.
Yeah,
That's
very much so.
2 generations down the track having an eye on.
Now you're dying to ask a question here, Swoop. Get in.
Well,
mate.
it's a question for the group, actually, not
Oh, okay.
necessarily Quade. I'd like to know if there's a combo or a partnership that has played longer than Midge, Willie Genia, and Quade. Because, I mean, these guys have played... I'd be surprised if you didn't play at club level. Then you went into Reds, Wallabies, and now you're finishing up at the Liners up there in Japan.
So we're Queensland 16s together.
What?
Yeah, right.
Does it have to be union?
Yeah.
No.
You want to throw some league chat in?
No, I had cricket. Usman
Mate, I reckon-
Khawaja and
no,
David
you can-
Warner.
What about the Woodbridge, the Woodies?
There you go.
Woodbridge and
Woodford.
what was the other one?
Mark Woodford, Todd Woodbridge.
Which they don't like each other
the
anymore.
Woodies.
Is that right?
Do they not?
We should put some stats
I've
together
heard
first.
that's actually the same between Quade and Willie.
Oh, they don't talk. Just on the field.
Pretty much. We do live in different parts of the city.
Is that tactical?
Your penthouse.
No, he's got a penthouse, mate. And first time in 5 years, he invited all the boys round for a few beers in it. So the boys have been hanging out for that invitation. And first
What,
time
did he go mad on the Pepsi Max, did he?
Well, I wasn't there, to be fair. This was last week when we had a game away. He didn't play. He had been suffering a few concussions throughout the season, so
Yeah, right.
he wasn't playing. But yeah, in terms of partnerships, bro, we did Queensland 16s, schoolboys, Reds, Wallabies, Melbourne, and now Kintetsu. So
Oh, Melbourne too.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that is
Melbourne
pretty. Yeah,
as
that
well.
probably is the best. Hey, Quade, do you go full Japanese when you're there? Like, do you know what I mean? Do you fully immerse yourself? Do you ever like dress up as a Harajuku girl, or do you get fully into
Grow the
Pokemon?
bush. Grow
Yeah.
the bush out.
Have you suspended the back burning?
no. So I think the boys will be able to get around that a bit more when these fellas were over here. There's always interesting pics on their Instagram and that, but I do love the culture and that, but it's not my thing.
What about the onsens? Surely you get into the onsens.
Bro, I've got tattoos. I've got that many tattoos.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Can you just like wear like a rash shirt or something? Like, because Swoop wears a rash shirt at the beach at the moment. I thought, because you've got to cover up your tattoos. Do you wear like, do you go to the onsen, or does that tattoo thing just keep you out of it completely?
Yeah, no, like I can't go. So the boys, they go to the onsen like every Tuesday, Thursday over here, I think it is. And they just spend an hour or so down there, but I can't go because tattoos. So. And they're very strict on it. It's not like, okay, I'll cover it up. It's just no tattoos. But you can find private ones, but fuck, it's no fun on your own, is it?
Nah,
No,
you're
Spas
right.
are never
Also-
fun on your own.
Have you ever had a go at that?
Nah,
Where
no.
You're in a hole. You know where they dig the dirt, and it's
Nah.
almost like an underground sauna because you can
Bro,
be fully
I
covered for
remember
that.
seeing you and Willie Chambers do it.
Yeah,
I saw you
we're
guys do
trying to
it.
bury Willie for real.
Hey, if there's one thing you can't do is bury him.
Or his chat?
He'd come out of a scary situation.
So for people that don't know what an onsen is, obviously lots of Europeans watch this show, lots of Aussies. Basically, they're spas in Japan where you go, but you got to be fully nude, and they're pretty strict on no tattoos. Is it no piercings and stuff as well? Like, because obviously, I've
don't know.
got a piercing in a particular spot.
Yeah. He's got a little jewel in his belly
I
button.
don't know if you have to be
decision was
fully clothed. I don't know if you have to be nude.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So I was
I'm
nude.
pretty sure, like, so
But tattoos a big one.
onsens, you have to be nude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like even in our onsens at our club, like when some of the boys will jump in their undies or in their mentioning no names, Willie.
Yeah. He was one of the great non-showers.
Yeah, but when you jump in with your undies or your bike shorts or something like that, it's seen as quite dirty, you know, because you've just been running around in them, training there, your undies. So you have a shower and stuff before, and then you get in. Like
I actually didn't mind.
Scrub your undies before you get in.
Yeah, I didn't mind going nude just for a bit of an ego boost over there.
Yeah.
Mate, there was this one prop we had, and I told him, I said, mate, whip that, because they like to grow the bush out. It's pure. And I said, mate, whip it up. And I said, it'll give you an extra inch. So it'd be great. He did it, went home to his missus, and she hated him. Said it's not pure. Didn't touch him till it grew back out to be a bush.
I see all the younger boys, pretty much all the younger boys at our club now, trim up. So like we start again. Yeah, because like we were saying the same thing to them, like, boys, like, what are you doing? Like, fuck, if we're talking about not getting in the onsen with undies on, like, fuck, you're getting in there with a whole tree in there.
Yeah.
And the amount of long pubes floating around there, I said, this has got to stop. And
some
but
way.
the boys, they reckon it's much better.
Yeah.
And like a lot
Who's
of
the barber?
so we all go get laser.
Do you get laser?
Oh, you kidding?
Yeah, so you just get like from your legs, because even with strapping, like across your chest and stuff like that, it's because you get laser and it lasts like about 12, what's that, 3 months? So 2 to 3 months. So you don't have to do
How
it.
painful is it?
Nah, it's not at all. And it's relaxing. Just lie down, go to sleep.
Is it everywhere? Like, is it the back door as well?
Mate, they do everything. Oh.
Anyway, great to have you on, Quade. Is that all the questions we've got?
What I was
for
going to ask
Quade,
him,
or-
we were talking before about the salaries not going down, and still you've got to go back play Div 2. So you're still enjoying your rugby. You've signed on for a few more years. Like, where you at?
Yeah, I still got another year. In terms of like enjoying footy and that, like I've always enjoyed footy. My body feels great. Like the hardest thing is just the training, right? So like games and that are, as they are, I'm sure that everybody that retires from the game is not from playing the game, it's from the hours of training. But still I enjoy waking up, going to training, getting in the gym, keeping my body strong. And I think that, you know, over the past few years with the whole COVID thing, I've been able to prolong my career in the sense of when COVID happened, I actually found the enjoyment for training. It changed my whole perspective of everything, the whole work ethic, being able to do it yourself. You know, so I think that if that didn't happen, I probably would have been long retired.
But that's what I was going to touch on with you. You're talking about getting your body strong. You hated weights when you first came in the Wallabies, and like now it's something you love, and obviously you do different things. Like it seems like an area that you're excited about and you like doing. When did that shift, or why did that shift happen?
Well, a massive part was like, think about when we were younger. It's not that, like I didn't hate weights, but it was just like wasted time. Like, cause you kind of got away with being light. You wanted to be light and nimble and steppy and stuff like this. But the game is a collision sport. So your body actually needs to be built strong enough to withstand the collisions. During that time, it was like me, Rabs, KB, and that. We just wanted to be out having fun all the time. So spending that amount of time working on your body and stuff like that, on top of the amount of time you're spending on the field, working on your skills and stuff, there just wasn't enough time for us to have a good time as well. So that was one of the reasons why we didn't really enjoy the gym and that. But when I went over to France, the same sort of thing. Like I was even worse because all I wanted to do was party and so forth. So then when I come back to Australia, when all the stuff at the Reds kind of happened, it was on me to like, 'cause I genuinely felt like my career I was gonna retire. Like I was like, okay, I'm at this point where basically 30, like I'm not playing well. I'm in this position. I had no help. So I had no support from anyone. I had no one helping me with gym. I had no facility. I had no team, no teammates or anything like that. So it was kind of like this time in my career where I was looking around and like, fuck, like this is the end, you know. And then when I went back and played club footy, I really started to enjoy you know, sort of helping the other players because they've got nothing at club footy. They've got nothing, no resources, and the coaching is very minimal. But everybody's just giving their time. So what they've got an abundance of is guys willing to give time. So for me, that was a huge point where everything changed in the sense of what I want to do with my time. And then when I started figuring out, okay, I know that I have to be strong to play in the season, and if I'm going to be playing club footy, I can't just be blending in. I can't be, yeah, he's seems a bit better than those players. I had to be the best player on the field every single week, and it had to be by a mile type thing.
Yeah.
So then my work ethic there went into, okay, I've got to get my body strong. I've still got to figure out how to run fast. I've got to be fit. Still got to work out how to develop myself. I also develop these guys to be at a certain level, because if we don't do well in this competition, it's going to again reflect poorly on me, and it's going to, all the things that have happened. You know, me not playing at the Reds at that point, those people are going to be proven to be correct. You know, so that was a huge sort of crossroad for me. But then COVID was like where I took that to a new level, because we couldn't do anything else. So it was just like I really put time into learning about my diet, learning about how I was training, learning about how I could get better, and just really loving the process of it rather than going, okay, the part that I love is playing the game on Saturday. I've got to actually find love in the process of Monday through to Friday, because the game, no one's ever questioned my ability or talent, and we never question anyone's ability or talent. But the difference between the guys who are good or really good and great players are what they do throughout Monday through to Friday.
And I've got a double-barrel question. Firstly, talk us through how you felt about not getting picked by Eddie to go to last year's World Cup. And then furthermore, do you still have that appetite to perhaps try and force your way back in and be that sort of senior figure in the playmaking role in Joe Schmidt's squad?
Yeah, I mean, like when I sort of had a feeling, I had a feeling, you know, so Eddie told me before we played the All Blacks that like I was going, and that Darwin was going to be a crucial camp for me to make sure that I really sharpen up my game, because there was a few areas that he felt that I wasn't doing at the level that I should have been doing. You know, so for me, when I was left out, I wasn't caught by surprise. You know, I guess the thing that really kind of like annoyed me more so than anything was just how it all went down. You know, like I guess the lack of respect and communication around how we sort of got told and so forth. But of course, like everybody wants to go to the World Cup, but at the end of the day, for me, rugby is not the be all and end all. So I knew if I didn't go, I still had a team to go back to, you know, in Japan, a team that I was very well prepared, and I was going to take back some experience from being part of that squad, you know. So in terms of desire to continue to play, I think I said this to someone asked me on Instagram, and it's, of course, if we're playing the game, we want to play at the highest level. But I also understand that there has to be a time at some point where they just put all their energy and you know, their time, the facility, everything into these younger guys, and I'm sure that that's probably what Joe Schmidt wants to do. You know, rather than grabbing players from over in Japan or over in Europe, because they desperately want to keep their guys in Australia. And at the moment, the only way that they have to be able to, the carrot that they have is guys' opportunities playing for Australia.
Yeah, I mean, I get that part, but I think we could see last year they basically did back all the young guys at the World Cup, and it didn't work. And so maybe not necessarily for someone like yourself or Bernard Foley or whoever it might be, right? But surely there's an argument to sit there and say to have someone on the field in a training capacity with experience to help them in that moment, sort of coaching and mentorship and advice. There's surely a spot for that.
Like,
Prep.
Like you're stretching, like even the weight stuff and running stuff that Quade does. Like I started before Quade came, but I still hit him up for sessions. Like, so there's so much still that I think he can add, guys. Just running lines, small detail. The small detail, especially at the higher level you go, I think makes a bigger difference rather than your broad stuff. And that's where experienced players, and especially if Quade's still got the appetite to do it, I think they need experience around.
I still feel like, in the sense of like ability and so forth, that I can play. It was only 6 months ago, 6-8 months ago that I played my last game. You know, I didn't feel out of place by no means. But I sort of agree with you in the sense, and it doesn't have to be me, but it's like, even when we were coming through, if I was able to go back and change something about sort of the way that myself, James, KB, and we came through, was the relationships that we had with you guys. If we had you guys in the squad, especially for yourself kids, for longer, then I would have really got around that. Looking back on it, that's something that I feel like we really needed, was the guidance of the older guys. And whether or not, so I think that the guys now, a lot of these younger guys take to it a lot better than what we did when we were young. You know, we just wanted everything now. So we got into the Wallabies, and we wanted everything. We wanted it to happen straight away. Whereas I think now, like, you look at some of the guys who are considered like young, like a lot of them are, you know, like at 20, like Carter would be 23, 24.
Yeah, Noah's,
Noah around about 24, 25. So they're a bit more mature and older. Like when we come in, we were like, Rabs was 18, I was just turned 20. You know, so we were kind of like, yeah, give it to us now. Like, we're just, rather than being able to sit there, do an apprenticeship and learn off the guys like yourselves and that, and really try and sit back and go, okay, this is how you do it. This is how we can do it. This is how we can get better. This is how we can ask questions. You know, because back then, I know I didn't ask questions. You know, I was just thought that I had all the answers. So I wish that, you know, I was able to more so take more advantage of the situation that I was in.
Hey, Quade, Gitz backs Noah to be the 10 for the Wallabies. Obviously, there is plenty of decent 10s at the moment. Who would you pick if you were picking the starting 10, other than yourself, for the Wallabies tomorrow?
It's really difficult for me because a lot of guys, you know, ask me this question, and because I've played with all three of the guys who are most likely to play. You've got Dono, Karts, and Noah. And all three of them, in my opinion, are great in their own ways, and they all offer different things. So, like, it's very difficult for me to answer that one. So, depends what team you're going with, what pack you're going to go with, because the pack is the most important thing. Because once you got that pack, then you can decide how you're going to play the game in terms.
Well, let's just say we've got a Brumbies pack, for example.
Well, we're having this conversation earlier in the year. Was, I think, myself and Willie, and when the Rebels weren't going well, we were saying I would have loved, imagine seeing Carter at the Reds. So the Reds had, you know, a good pack, big pack, or even at the Brumbies. You know what I mean? Like, so it's very different. I don't know. Like,
I've got another selection question. You've got to start one, bench one, drop one. Okay, and they're going to be from different eras. So I'm going to go Michael Liner, Stephen Larkham, and Matt Giddo. Start, bench, drop.
Oh, mate, please don't start me, but just don't drop me.
No, you can't. Don't do, Bob.
As 10s?
Yeah.
Fuck. Of course, like, the thing with Liner is, like, I never saw him play, or like, I've seen, you know what I mean? So, like,
drop him.
Well, I have to. But,
yeah. Okay.
Come on, drop.
Yes.
Not his gone.
I've heard amazing things about him, but like, he's a great guy from all my interactions, but I've never seen him play or anything. And then,
no, he's got to go.
And his son plays for Italy, so.
Oh, and the Reds. He's
Nah,
got
yeah,
two.
but one of them plays for Italy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, fair enough.
Okay, line has dropped. Who's starting?
And then starting, fuck. So I guess we're going to have to go with Bernie.
Mate. No, I would have done the same.
Mate,
Hey,
It's a smart choice.
Win a Bledsoe or something. So
Yeah, no, that's a smart choice.
Quade, we'll go again. You've got your new choice is the 3 Wallabies that are on this show. So start one, bench one, drop one. Adam Ashley Cooper, Matt Giddo, Drew Mitchell. We've had the same response. Have we had the same response every time?
No, not every time.
Not every time. All right.
And if you're playing, I can play 12.
No, don't keep providing context. It's just start, drop, and
Context is
bench.
important. We're playing our respective positions. Gits is 12. I'm 13.
Only one can
You're
start, only one can bench, and one gets dropped.
all right, Giddy, I'll put you in at 12.
Yes. Thank you, Brett.
I'll bench Swoop because he can play everywhere.
Yes.
And
Yes.
And Drew's double dirty.
I'm a good double dirty, though.
But to give it to Drew, he's the best DD.
Yeah. Carry everyone's bags.
That's your position, mate.
But you two were both double dirty for the our top 14 final in Barcelona.
Yeah.
I still don't remember that game.
Double dirty.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, we barely made the game there. We actually caught the train with the public, with all the fans. We missed the team bus, didn't get into our team suits, just went there in our casuals, and somehow talked our way into the new camp over in Barcelona and walked down, jumped the fence onto the field. We had no accreditation. No one in Spain knows anything about rugby. Eh?
Off the back of a long lunch.
Oh, very long lunch.
So what is the double dirty? Sorry.
DD.
Yeah, I don't know where double dirty came from originally, but it just means basically you're dirty once because you're on the bench, but then you're double dirty if you're not even on the bench.
Oh, right.
But you're there to kind of do the shitters through the week, make sure the boys, you carry their bags and do all their stuff and prep them for the game, and and you go out for a little double dirty night out.
Yeah, very nice. How many double dirties is there on a tour normally?
Probably about 7 to 8.
Oh, it's a solid crew. It's lots of fun. Hey, should we do the quiz with Quade? Here you go.
Just quickly, just on the double dirty. What's the rules nowadays? It used to be the night before a test, but then some guys that get crook. What's their night where they can get on the lash? Is it Thursday?
It's honestly, it's really weird now because it's not that it doesn't happen, but it all happens behind closed doors. So it's everyone's kind of very secretive about it. So when we would do it, it was all very organized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because I was the double dirty.
Yeah. But you'd see, say you'd be going into dinner and everyone else is just walking straight out, fully dressed, like they're going out.
Yeah.
Or you'd be all going out.
That was the giveaway. Yeah,
Yeah.
The boys all dressed up.
But it just wasn't it wasn't frowned on. It was
It
was a good part of it because all your stories and everything came from those guys. And so all the social fun, because if you're playing and you're starting, well, you're very focused on your job, and that the other guys bringing in the entertainment, so to speak.
Was there ever games where you were going, I'd rather be a double dirty? Where
No,
you were
you'd never
thinking,
rather be a double dirty, but there's definitely better places to be a double dirty. It softens the blow
Italy
sometimes.
was a nice one, but yeah, Italy was nice back in the day.
Were you ever a double dirty, Gits?
Yeah. Well, that time when Quade and all that came in, I was very dirty. Almost to the point when Swoop started shit talking me at training. So you're not even playing this week. I was going, I've had enough of this bloke.
Do you remember that, Swoop?
I kind of do. Where was that?
But we were often
We were at what's the school Rabs went to?
Southport.
Oh no, Nudgy.
Oh,
But we
Nudgy,
were
yeah.
at Southport.
We were training at Southport, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Swoop, you remember it?
That was 2012 or 13.
Struggling to recall that.
No, that was 2011, the year of the World Cup in New Zealand. And I knew, I'm holding a lot of pads that week. And I even asked Robbie, I was like, should I go back and play club, just to get some games up? And he said, oh, if you want to. And I'm like, yeah, I reckon I'm done here. That's the time when Swoop was into me.
Yeah, I remember one time, Quade, you were into me at Ballymore when we're getting ready to 2015 World Cup. Same sort of chat. Like I think we were doing like an opposed session. I got in front and you were like, "Fuck off, mate! You're not even playing."
But just so I know,
there's nothing you can say back to that. You're like, "Well, yeah, you're right. I'm not playing."
but you guys are mates, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But that's just the competitive nature of those opposed sessions, especially. Like, but and you know, you just if someone gets under your skin or someone's slightly offside or whatever, you'll just say whatever you have to get back under their skin. Like, it's all part of it.
Well, I want to see that right now in the quiz. So, Quade, the way it works, very simply, you are the subject of the quiz. These three gents, they take on each other. And then you, in the event you know it, reveal the answer. These guys get overly competitive. Swoop normally lies and says his score is higher than it is.
I've got a good feeling about this quiz.
He always says he has a good feeling. Then we just move on with our lives. You happy with that?
Sounds good, mate.
Here we go. Let's do it. Guys, the subject today is Quade Cooper.
Okay.
You like to get
Makes sense.
Subject there. Okay, question number 1. In the 2011 match, when the Reds defeated the Waratahs 1915, Quade scored every point for the Reds. What was the other remarkable thing Quade did in that game? Now, before we do that, was anybody else playing? 2011, were you Brumbies? Where were you?
I was Tars, but I don't think I was playing. I think I had my ankle maybe, or what? When was it?
No, I know the Brahms. I played that game. That's when Willie Chambers.
Didn't he say
screamed
Tars?
No, it's Reds Tars.
Reds Tars, good.
Ah,
Not everything's about the Brumbies.
perfect.
I'm going to just say a backflip.
But he
after
also
private.
scored all the points against the Brums that year too.
Probably. Well, this particular game, Quade scored all the points for the Reds and Kirtley scored all the points for the Waratahs.
Yeah, right.
An interesting night. A, scored a try with two chip and chases in it. B, scored a 53-metre penalty. C, hurdled Kirtley Beale to score a try. Or D, did a backflip after scoring a 60-metre solo try. Drew, you sound like you've already got the answer.
I'm going D.
Yeah. Show him the D.
I'm going to go different here.
Because you've got a good feeling.
Yeah, I've got a good feeling.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Come on,
It's
Swoop.
only my chance to get ahead here. What was the first one that you said?
Scored a try with 2 chip and chases.
Yeah, let's go 2 chippies.
Quade?
Mate, I kind of hurdled Kirtley. In the process, I poked him in the eye and then scored the try and did the backflip.
Backflip.
As the backflip.
So it was CD.
It was.
I know.
It was a little half hurdle.
I remember Crossy was in the background, I think. You went down that left side, I think, and Crossy was in the background.
Did the old. This is when attacks first started to move guys behind the scrum. So the first time you go stand behind the scrum and the defence will go, "Oh, what the fuck do we do now?"
Yeah.
We just ran it all wide. Yeah.
That was one of the great plays off from centrefield scrum. OI. Anyway.
OI?
It's just a particular two go across and then the third guy comes back underneath.
It was his signature move, Prof.
Yeah, mate, it was very good to watch this afternoon, doing a bit of deep Quade diving. Hey, question number 2. Quade was punished by Rugby Australia for comments made about Robbie Deans in 2012. What was Quade's punishment? Was it A, 3 matches and $60,000, B, 4 matches, C, $90,000 and 1 match, or D, he had to room with Drew on the next tour? All very harsh punishments. Gits, lead us off.
Jesus, where was that support in 2011, Quade? What am I going to... it's got to be the earlier one, maybe 60K. I think 60K rings a bell.
Okay, that's A.
A.
Yeah, I'm going to go A.
Oh, no. Answer, Quade?
I can't even remember. I know I got fined and it was substantial.
It was...
How good is it to be in a position if you don't even remember if you got charged 60,000, 90,000?
I was just thinking that. A, 3 matches and 60K. Ding, ding, ding. There you go. Congratulations, everybody. What did you say about Robbie Deans? We couldn't find it anywhere.
I honestly can't remember. There was a few things that I had said, but it was. I think looking back on it, it was like, and I know that I was in the wrong in the sense that when you're young like that, you kind of. I just took the criticism, and instead of just going to him and saying, "Mate, like, what's this about?" I just jumped the gun. I was just pretty pissed off and very young-minded. But I think I just said something about his coaching and that you and Mackenzie should be coached.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it. That's worth 60.
Yeah, and I think I said the environment was toxic because that was the main thing that they said that I was bringing the game into disrepute.
Oh, they love saying that.
Yeah, I nearly got fined around that time when I didn't get picked for the World Cup 2011. So I wrote a tweet, thank you, linesman, thank you, ball boys. That was it. And they tried to fine me 20K for releasing the news before they could. I said, well, you can still release the news. I'm just out of it.
I wonder where that money actually goes.
Oh, I was just thinking that. Because they got no money now.
I'd certainly been fined a lot more than just 60K.
Yeah.
I think you boys were involved. Was that Valo when we did that? We had that little food fight.
That was Valo, yeah, down in Canberra.
Yeah, but you guys were in the room, weren't you? It was all of us.
Oh, it's a classic, hard to say. Has it been 10 years yet? We can't get charged for it now.
Yeah, no, you're okay. So is a food fight, Quade?
Well, the food fight isn't really a food fight. So if I remember correctly, Valo threw, because we used to order room service, and he threw like a tomato sauce, those little glass jars. It was this tiny glass. He lobbed it, and he hit Rabs in the nuts, I think. And Rabs threw a yogurt or something back at him, and then it was just a few small items. I think I'm 100% sure that you blokes are all in there.
Yeah. It's starting to ring a bell.
And what was the fine for that fight?
12.5.
You're kidding?
That was an expensive little...
Yeah, I said to the manager, I remember, because I was in the room, and I said to the manager, these blokes were well off. I couldn't believe them throwing food like that.
Jesus, they don't pull the trigger, don't they?
It was Tomo. I think Tomo was around then, wasn't he? Was Tomo the manager?
We just walked out. We went to bed, and we walked out like nothing happened. Like, we're young. We're super young. And then we just went shopping in the morning, and then we get a call to our phone, mate, get back to the hotel. And then they go, did you just trash this room? We're like, nah, we just threw a few things at each other. It wasn't like, we just sort of shrugged off. And he's like, mate. And then they just gave us a 12.5 grand.
Where do they come up with these numbers? Is there a chart that says you throw sauce at a man's nuts?
It was the equivalent of a match fee. I think it was 12.5.
Oh yeah. The match fees now. The match fees I heard are at 5K.
Well,
it's criminal.
When I came back and played in 2021, I actually didn't even know, and then I just assumed they were still like 12.5. And then after that game, sort of the boys were talking about it, and then I overheard someone say the match fee was like $4 grand. Fuck, what?
And then you're going to lose half of that. You're like, wait a minute, I'm going back to Japan.
And we come back for free. So,
yeah.
But no, it was.
Tell me.
I'm not too sure now. Like last year, they were four for a loss, maybe, and 8 for a win. So they might be back up to 10, but I think it was from COVID they went back to $4 grand or something like that.
Question number 3. Quade had an undefeated 3-bout boxing career. We all watched it. What was Quade's ring name? Was it A, Quade the Cannonball Cooper? B, Skin Fade Quade? C, the quintessential Quade Super Cooper? Or D, Super Duper Quadey Cooper? Who wants to go first?
Shit.
Oh, I'm going to go Cannonball.
Yeah, I'm Cannonball.
Cannonball, A2 Cannonballs gets...
See, super duper kind of rhymes, but it doesn't seem like Quade would agree to that. I'm going to go super duper.
So D?
Yep.
Super Duper Quade Cooper. Quade, what have you got for us?
Well, I honestly didn't even know I had a ring name. So
Well, they used to call you the quintessential Quade Super Cooper. So does that ring a bell?
What a shit name.
Ding ding.
I certainly didn't come up with that.
There you go. Question number 4. In 2009, during a renegotiation of his contract with Australian Rugby, which NRL club did Quade almost sign with? A, Parramatta Eels, B, West Tigers, C, Brisbane Broncos, or D, the one that Quade's manager made up?
Bronx.
Bronx Gets.
Bronx just seems like the normal choice, but I think Tigers maybe with Benji.
I'm going Eels.
A ding, ding, ding. Over to you, Drew. It was the Eels. Sorry, I should have let you reveal that, Quade. I'd forgotten that's how it works. Quade, which one was it?
Eels.
Ding, ding, ding. There you go. We'll fix that in post. Last one, question number 5. This year, Quade posted on socials that he left his car unlocked with some valuables in it. But when he got back to the car, it was untouched. What were the valuables he referred to leaving in the car? Was it A, a phone and a chain, a diamond chain? B, a wallet and a bike? C, a wallet and a phone? Or D, his electric skateboard and Pokemon cards? Swoop.
Dog and bone. What is it? The
Phone and diamond chain?
yeah.
Phone and diamond chain. Gets.
I'll
Is
go
that
B.
it? B, wallet and bike. Gets.
Yeah, I reckon the wallet and bike. He's not forgetting his phone.
Okay. Quade, what was it?
Yeah, wallet and bike.
Hey.
Yo.
So who won there? You
That's
did.
me.
Biv, big win for the Biv.
me.
Congratulations. A ding, ding, ding. Has anybody got anything else for Quade before we let him go? We are coming to the close of our
I
program.
would like to ask him what he's doing outside of rugby. Is there a clothing brand or anything that you're doing or selling, or what's going on there?
Yeah, so I started a clothing brand, which is SHOSAI, which means detail it's in Japanese. Yeah, so that's been the something that I kind of like found an interest in through COVID and that, but it's been a small journey, bro. As you know, like when you're getting to this point in your career, rugby's days are very numbered now. And it's just something that I enjoy and something that I know that I'll enjoy moving into when that time comes.
Well, mate, I don't know if you know, but we know the great people at Myer. So if you need someone to maybe, place your products, give us a holler.
That would be great.
Hey, Quade, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Fred.
Good luck resigning from the club over the next, 4 to 6 weeks? How long does it take, Swoop?
And enjoy that wedding in France.
Enjoy your break.
Yeah.
You guys doing? Swoop, you just got back from Europe?
I did. Positano. Yep.
He came back with a lot of excess baggage.
Yeah. Quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Awesome, let's appreciate that.
All right. Oh, hey, guys, there's Quade Kirkbach. Cracking bloke. Will he be in the Wallabies side?
Well, look, it's hard to know. We haven't heard much from Joe Schmidt, actually, for a little while now, in terms of what view he's going to take in his squad. But
We'll see.
we'll see.
Time will tell. Hey, gents, also, the entire show, it was hard to concentrate because you both look so bloody good in your Polo Ralph Lauren.
Yeah. Thank
Polo
you.
Ralph Lauren, you both, it suits you down to the ground.
Doesn't it?
It feels good.
And your little salmon number over there gets, goodness me, the ladies in San Diego, they'd just be loving that.
Oh, and also one particular lady in Canberra was loving it when she tunes in, Prof.
Well, I was just about to say, they may, but I'm just wearing this because I know my wife watches the
Of
show.
course. Of course.
What
Prof,
makes a
you're
Lauren
from
so
rugby
special?
league. Yeah, can I just say, Prof's from rugby league. How's it feel to throw in a nice brand like Ralph Lauren?
It's a new experience for me.
Yeah.
And guys, I keep saying this to you. It's Pretty Woman, and I'm the prostitute.
Oh,
Yeah.
And you guys are showing me, what it's like to actually live.
I noticed, though, that you've kept the tags on it in case you want to try and take it back and get the money back.
Ollie, do you know are they cash for merchandise or you need a full receipt? Okay. All right, I'll get my graphics guy onto that. We can whip that up. That'll be fine. A massive thank you to our new headline sponsor, Polo Ralph Lauren. Absolutely brilliant. You can get all of those at Myer, all over the country. So it's so exciting for us.
So comfy.
So comfortable, so wonderful, and it just means we can exist, gents. If nothing else, we as a show
We
can
begged,
exist.
we pleaded, and they answered.
Absolutely. So if you want to support the show, get out there and just buy as much Polo Ralph Lauren as you can and just go to as many Myers as you can.
Well, you're not just supporting the show, you're going to look bloody good.
Oh, there's that.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is...
You've never looked better.
I know. You wait till I get home and the missus sees me in one of these.
Oh.
She'll think I have a job. It's going to be great. Available at Maya, www.maya.com.au. Gents, another cracking show. Episode 18, I think.
Oh, geez, we're getting through them, aren't we?
We are, and we're not far off the internationals. Can't wait for those.
Do we have like a 21st birthday party?
Oh, that's a good shout.
Well, 18's a big year too.
Yeah, well, we should probably all skull a bit.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Does the Superb Rugby final correspond with episode 21?
I think.
Oh,
it might.
my goodness me.
The script.
When the Brumbies are taking on the Reds. God, it's going to be good. All right. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. All that's left to do is that thing that people shout at us in the street.
Oh, skull your beers, boys.
Well, why are we? What happened there?
Did we say yes?
I don't think we did.
Oh, no, just as soon as it was thrown out there, I was doing it.
But you flagged it. You threw it out there.
Yeah, and I did it.
Yeah, you did.
Go on.
See you next week. Give us it. Go on.
Oh, we can't leave.
KOKO!